So usually I come on here and I tell you to make a phone call. And I know many of you probably think, well, what's the point? Who wants to call and talk to somebody? Who wants to be the person who makes that next step forward? I hope that person is you. Because if you were someone who was having any type of thoughts of harming yourself, making a phone call may be the easiest thing you can do. I know there are a lot of things in this world that are very difficult to do. For example, it's very difficult to find a cure to the common cold. It's even more impossible to figure out why do we take a round pizza, cut it in triangles, and put it in a square box. None of that really matters like life. I know times get hard, days get rough, things don't seem to go right. It seems like just putting one foot before another is hard. I know that sometimes you hear things that you feel are true. But know this, be willing to help someone is a huge step. And I'm sure you've helped someone help someone. And if you've done that, that's something for you to look forward to. That's something for you to say, I need to be here. I need to make this phone call. So if you are that person, please dial 1-800-273-8255 and contact the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. And if you still don't feel comfortable doing that, then please reach out to me on any of my social media feeds and just simply put a message of, I need to talk. And I would do my best to make sure I'm there with you because I am more than willing to fight this battle with you. You do not have to do this alone. And let's talk some football. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another Field Review podcast show where we talk all things Detroit Lions. And obviously, you see, we're going to be talking about a little bit of the Lions versus Steelers, just previewing a little bit of that. But I also got to touch on a few of the other headlines that's going on in the media, as well as just my thoughts on some things that fans have been saying that has been driving me nuts. So we got a few things that we definitely got to touch on. We 100% got to make sure that we are in tune with the reality that is one particular Detroit Lions team. Now, y'all know me. I'm going to give you the quick rundown on what we're going to cover. Obviously, we're going to be covering that Lions and Steelers game. We're going to be covering Dan Campbell and the media's deliberate attack on him constantly. We're going to be covering some of the players that's going to be out of this game and or whether they need to play or not. We're going to also talk about things to look for in this game that I think most fans should probably pay attention to, and a host of other things as well as your questions. So we got a lot of stuff that we're going to try to cover in a short period of time, and things like that. Also, I may be off for a week next week because my son starts school. So I want to make sure I'm prepared and available for that. And so I want to, get everything set up for that myself. But I also have good news. And the reason I want to make sure I point this good news out is because one of my subscribers, and we're going to call him one of the Pride Nation because he's 100% been rocking with us for a while and rocking with me, Craig Jones. Yes, Craig Jones. His beautiful son, has just made the Eagle Scouts. So I want to say congratulations to Zachary Jones. To make the Eagle Scouts, shout out to you, young man. Yes, and to Craig Jones for assisting and being a huge support. Shout out to you. So if you see Craig Jones' name pop up in here at any point in time, give him a congratulations for his son, Zachary Jones, and give him a shout out. Give Craig Jones a shout out for being a damn good father because it takes a lot of energy to do this, and it's not easy, but we get it done. So it just is what it is. Now, let's see who's in the chat with us today. We got Ghost Gunner in the building, BD Buster, John Bradshaw, Kedrick, Dr. Paparoni, Buffed Up is in the building. Omar, I always mention that, but it's Pacheco. I hope I said that right. Looney Tunes, Chris Cashball in the building. We got Crimson Shadow, B Farewell in the building. We got one of our family members, Steven Collins, a.k.a. from the Roar the Lions UK. Yes, he's in the building. He says it ain't nothing like a Luke G thing. Hey, baby. Appreciate it. He says, what up, though? That's right. We spreading that thing across the world because that's the universal opening. We got Sheldon McCray. We got Ferg Lions 509. Make sure I ain't forgetting nobody. And if you in here and you want to be shout out, simply put a message in there. Let me know you in the building, and we get right into it. So let me get into this Dan Campbell thing so I can get this over with before I get off into this game a little bit. So Dan Campbell had to come out and call himself an a-hole because the media decided to go to town on him because he cut long snapper. I want y'all to put emphasis on the word long snapper. He cut long snapper. Long snapper. Don Muhlbach. Okay. On his birthday. And everybody is like, oh my God, what a demon. He's so evil. He cut him on his birthday. How could you be so heartless? Like this is what they're pushing. And he's owning it. He's definitely owning every bit of it. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, it's ridiculous. Pause for a sec. I suck with accents. I try to. He's like, what that Australian? My bad. My bad. I tried. My bad. Nonetheless, they are basically attacking them because they are essentially saying that, that's a kind of a jerk move. Now, I thought long and hard about this, and this ain't got nothing to do with my fandom or anything. This got something to do with business, and I've always understood how business works. Would it have really been better if he had to cut him a day before his birthday? Like, think about this for a moment. Would that have really been better if he would have waited a day after his birthday, right? Would that have been better? How about the fact that if he really wanted to bring in another talent, like say a receiver or cornerback or safety or running back or whatever, and the only way I can do that is to release Don Muhlbach, does that make you feel better about it? Like, when is the exact right time to do it? Like, you're getting cut. Cuts is why Hard Knocks is such a popular show. So I'm trying to figure out when is the right time and why is this an issue? There's no issue with this. There's nothing to complain about. There's nothing to be frustrated about. Like, he made a decision, live with it. I'm pretty sure, and if I'm a betting man, I'm pretty sure that Don Muhlbach is not the first person to get cut on his birthday, before his birthday, or after his birthday. I'm pretty sure. I'm positive. So why is this a thing? Why does the media keep making this into a thing? Every little thing he do, he can literally go on a mission with nuns, and just because he didn't dress up like one, they will criticize him. There's like nothing he can do that they will love. I don't understand this. I don't know why there's this obsession to try to attack everything he does. Or he puts on a racing helmet to promote a race that he's the grand marshal in. What a meathead. Like, what the? Oh, he got poor clock management in the first game of the season. I know it's preseason, but it's poor clock management. What happened to evaluating players? Why is it that everything he does, they're criticizing it? And I'm sick of it. Where was this energy at for Matt Patricia? The media made more excuses in explaining why Matt Patricia needed a third year than they are in just trying to make sense of why Dan Campbell needs to get through his first season of coaching. We was quicker to give a guy who literally won 6 games the first year, 3 the next, a third year. 9, 22, and 1 in 2 seasons, and we was willing to give him a third year. Media had nothing to say about it. Disgusting. I find it strange that they got this much energy going. Sidebar. Ferg Lions 509 says, read my Chris Spielman article, Luke. Not yet. It did pop up for me this time, so yes, but I haven't read it yet. But I will. I think you do a lot of great work, so I definitely will. But I'm getting real irritated because they are already assassinating him before it even starts. In this fan base, and I hate to be this way, okay, this fan base It's going to eat every bit of it up. The first sign of trouble. He's a meathead. He didn't even, this the guy who mismanaged the clock in his first game coaching. I promise you it's going to come up. The first sign of trouble is going to come up. I don't know why fans are shot. Lions fans shouldn't be shot. They're guaranteed to not be shot because this is the same guy who had the balls to cut a guy on his birthday. I mean, what kind of man is that? Leader of man? Come on. I guarantee you it's going to happen. You don't even got to turn the radio on. Just go to the comment sections of any of your favorite YouTubers that talk Detroit Lions sports. There's a lot of us. Go to any one of them. Look at the people who are going to go in there and say this stuff. The first sign of trouble, right? They can literally lose the quarterback for the year. And it's somehow, some way, it's Dan Campbell's fault. This is a guy who assembled this coaching staff and they're not performing because of him. Meanwhile, the former dude can do no wrong. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, this is a good point, Steve. This is a very good point. This is Rogers, and I always botch my man's name. Gutschnick. I can always botch his name all over again. People criticizing the GM for making tough decisions on cap space and roster cuts every year. That's what a GM does. It's the job. What is not the job is for the media to take that because they don't have nothing to write about and run with it. That's not how it's supposed to work. Now, this is something that Chris Steele, he said, I don't even think Dan even cares. Man has made easy money for years and will probably make easy money elsewhere. I mean, Don, I don't think he cares neither because I think he knew it was coming. I think he knew that this was coming. How long can you be? I mean, only here in Detroit can you be a snapper for 1,800 years. Only in Detroit. Somebody show me where the snap. Show me somebody that did a snapper longer than him that never played on another team. Show me somebody. Only here can you have that happen and then have the media attack the guy for making a decision, for simply giving you the best answer for something like this. It was time. I just don't understand it. And I have tried to wrap my head around it. And I don't understand it. I don't even want to spend too much time on it. I just find this all ironic. I find it ironic how this works. What's going on, Jimbo G? What's going on, Fred Jackson? I see you. Tim Hutchins, what up, though? I'm confused. I really am. And it's not even this, like, I can get confused easy at times, but this right here ain't one of them. Jimbo G said the fan base ain't patient. Just watch the first sign of trouble. Let the Lions lose the first game of the season. It's going to be same old Lions. Get Dan Campbell the hell up out of here. We should have never brought Anthony Lynn in. Can Deuce Staley be the head coach? And Aaron Glenn is not a defensive coordinator. He never had experience and should have never been a coordinator. I've already gave you all the excuses. It's ridiculous. Isn't Andy Reid known for poor clock management? Yes. A lot of good coaches are. Pete Carroll, I can name a bunch of them. But no, this ain't about clock management. This is some type of hidden agenda where they are like trying to figure out what can we write about the Lions. I know. Ding. We're going to write all the bad stuff about them. That's what they do. It's ridiculous. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. What up, though? Why you always Lions? Lion King, what up, though? David Kumar, what's going on? Easy77, Marcel Edwards, what's going on? David Anderson, what it do? What up, though? JGB, what up, though? I just want y'all to put it in perspective. All this heat that he getting, keep the same energy. Because when he throw a win it's going to be about everything else. Now, let me switch gears. Because I see this right here is one of the things that a lot of fans are getting with. And I want to puke every time I think about it. I really do. Fans keep hitting me up saying Lions should trade. Oh, my God. Lions should trade for wide receiver James Washington. Okay. you know what? I'm a sensible person, right? And I like to believe that I'm fair. It just is what it is. Devontae Smith says he needed a quarterback after playing trash. I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'll leave that alone. What's going on, Jimbo G? He says, salute to you, Luke. Keep up the good work. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Luke, you need to stop trying to blow up my gardens with these catch-ups. I have potatoes evidence of you playing catch-up and not playing. I don't know what you're talking about. Now, let me get back on track. Here's Johnny's in the building. What up, though? Let me get back on track, people. All right. So they really want this receiver. I mean, I'm getting a lot of freaking messages about it. Fans really want this receiver. So I decided to indulge them because I keep trying to explain to them that we don't need him, but they don't want to hear that. So stay with me. He's played in a total of 45 games. He started 23 of those, right? Got 174 targets. He's caught 90 of them. That man's average is 51.7 for his 3 seasons. He was even upset and requested a trade because he felt that he didn't like the way he was getting used. Stay with me. You was targeted 80 times and caught 44 of them for 55 yards. You was targeted 56 times and caught 30 of them, which give you a 53.6% catch percentage. Right? Why do you as a fan base want this guy? What am I missing? What are you in love with? Because he's young? Because he's 5'11"? I mean, what are you in love with? Right? Like, whose spot is he taking? Is he taking Brashard Perriman's spot? Right? So here's my question. If he could take Brashard Perriman's spot, right? A guy who played in 2020 as well. I want you to see the numbers for yourself. 56 passes, caught 30. 60 passes, caught 30. They essentially the same damn receiver. And this one got more yards. What do you want? Why do you want it? But then y'all get mad when I say, bring back Golden Tate. If it's that serious, bring back Golden Tate and save your draft pick. Or Luke, what if they offer like a 6? No. Why? Because there are people like Tyler Johnson who got taken by the Bucks, Marquez Stevens who got taken by the Bills, these late round receivers who produce. Antonio Brown took it in the 5th round. No. Why are we keep talking about giving up draft capital for players who are barely making it on teams who have had nothing but success? The Pittsburgh Steelers have had a total of 3 head coaches in its entire existence. For since Mike Tomlin has been there, they have never had a losing season. They have a franchise quarterback who's Asian, lost the guy behind that guy, then brought in somebody I never even heard of and still were winning games. And the only thing that we can talk about is this guy. Why would you not want to bring him back? Well, Luke, it's not the same. Well, 52 passes. He caught 35 of them, 388 yards, 67.3 catch percentage. And it's not going to cost you not a single thing but a contract for 1 year. 1 year. You're renting him for 1 year. And it doesn't make sense. It got me to the point where I was like, well, if we doing that, if we going to trade for somebody, right? Because that's what we doing, right? If we going to trade for him, why are we not going to trade for him to kill Harry then? Y'all love just taking other people's trash. Because it's going to be different here. Right? Here's a guy. We're going to do the same numbers. 57 targets, 33 of them caught, 57.9%. If we're going to play this stupid game of, we can do this and we can just trade him and do. What are you getting? You think if you give him more targets, he's going to be... This man had 80 freaking targets. 80 freaking targets for 735 yards. Still had a 55% catch percentage. Well, at least it's above 50, Luke. 67.3. This fool got a 50, and you couldn't even tell me who his quarterback was, but he got a 50. Like, I'm just... Hell, N'Keal Harry got a... Bro, come on. Listen, what do you want him for? What am I missing? Why is it that every time somebody come up for trade or availability, this fan base runs to the store and wants to buy in immediately? Immediately. Why? You can literally keep Javon McKinley and get those same damn numbers from James Washington. Literally. Not even making this up. You can keep Sayyi Surratt and get them same numbers. You don't got to give up nothing. Nothing. You don't need to say nothing. You don't got to breathe. You don't have to do anything. You just simply have to get there. It don't make sense. You're talking about trading for a guy who is inconsistent. Why? Why? Because he's available? Oh, you know what? I'm going to play devil's advocate. Hold on. I'm going to play devil's advocate because I think people don't be understanding some things. They just want everything that comes out because, you know, it's new. And anything new gotta be fire. Right? Like they gotta be fire. Right? You want to trade and give up draft capital for a guy who gives you those kinds of numbers, and you're okay with that. You're perfectly fine with that. Okay? And you look in the chat right now. But Tim Hutchinson makes a very good point. You could just leave Geronimo Ellison in for those numbers. It doesn't cost you anything. Doesn't take a capital, any type of draft capital. Oh, and guess what? He's more consistent as a catcher. Oh, shocking. 55 for 34, 387, 2 touchdowns. Well, look at his yards per target. I don't care. Because you're going to get the same thing with James Washington. But he's younger, Luke. He only 25. So what? Why do y'all want this stuff? I can't never make sense of it. Why are we doing this to ourselves? And it didn't just stop there. You have things going on that just don't make sense. Look, no one he was alive in 1957 when we won it all. So yes, we impatient. We want to go down Jefferson or Woodward, bro. I get it. Getting Tate will be more of a positive impact and will help mentor the wide receiver core. It's better than trading for James Washington. It's a reason why they not getting suitors like that. It just doesn't make sense. It don't. I mean, look, D.D. Westbrook, did he get picked up? I don't even know. I'll look it up. Let's look it up. I just want to know. We just want everybody. Let me see, did he sign? Yeah, he signed with the Vikings. That's what it look like he's with, the Vikings. So let's say the Vikings cut him, right? I'm just showing people like why this stuff don't make no sense. So if the Vikings had to cut him, let's see what D.D. Westbrook looked like. So D.D. Westbrook played in one game last year, had one reception for one target for one reception, but he caught it. The year before that, he had 101 targets, 66 of them were caught, 660 yards were caught, 3 touchdowns, 65.3 catch percentage. Again, what is different between Bashard Perriman and James Washington? I just don't understand why we play these games. Seriously. Like I'm trying to understand this. You don't have to give up anything to get some free agent receivers that wouldn't set you back. But yet we got people who really want James Washington because that's the missing piece. He's the missing link. I just don't understand this. And it didn't just stop there. In the media, I saw an article, right? Because everybody now is panicked because DeAndre Swift was so panicked. But they panicked. Pros and cons of Lions acquiring running back LaShawn McCoy. What? Why? I don't understand this. What are you doing? Yes, you can pick him up as a free agent, but if you're going to add a running back, why not Lamar Miller? Why not take a flyer on somebody who's with a little bit of a checker pass like Geis or something? Or how about just looking at somebody like, I don't know, somebody real simple, like, I don't know, wait for people to get cut? This doesn't make sense. How about letting the people on your team play? We always want what we think is nice and shiny, but yet we don't want Golden Tate. Some fans actually believe that Golden Tate said that he didn't want to come back to Detroit, and that's not what he said. It's not. You don't want Golden Tate. You don't need Golden Tate. No. We're not going to do that. But we want James Washington. Why? What up, though, Detroit? Detroit's on Big Wheel. Hungry Panda. Like, right. Why not bring in Todd Gurley? Why does it got to be LaShawn McCoy? Why can't it be Frank Gore? I mean, why are we doing this? When are we doing this? I don't understand it. I mean, I don't know if he'll divide the locker room, and I don't even know if he's going to be expensive. But I do know one thing. He was so valuable that the Bucs went out and still added some more running backs. Why? Why should the Lions bring him here? Why should the Lions trade for James Washington? Like, you telling me there's no other replacements out there. Why? Doesn't make sense to me. And before somebody jump down my throat and say, hey, Luke, we just trying to get there. Get there the right way. The reason we ain't got there is because we keep on quickly trying to do it the cheap way. But the cheap becomes expensive. We bring in Danny Amendola, we get nothing. You trade away the late draft pick for Everson Griffin. We could have used that to get some talent because there was still some good players on the board in the 6th. Like, seriously, we could have used that to pair it up and trade up or something. But this whole James Washington, no. LaShawn McCoy, no. If you ain't talking safety, if you ain't talking kicker, you ain't talking linebacker, don't talk. Don't make sense to me. You ain't trying to trade me a draft capital piece for a piece off my team like Jelani Tavai? Don't talk. We don't need that. We don't need to have capital and things going because they want things that we don't need to have. We don't need a James Washington. I'm not trading for a Michael Thomas neither. I wouldn't trade for him. It's going to cost you too much to get a Michael Thomas. You're losing one of them first-round picks. This I promise you. If you get him for a second, I still probably wouldn't even do it. Why? Because receivers come a dime a dozen. He's not going to change your fortunes. He ain't finna do what Calvin Johnson did. Oh, wait. Calvin Johnson didn't change your fortunes. I don't understand why we do this. Stop with this. We don't need that. We don't need that. They got to still cut their roster. There's going to be a lot of talent left. Oh, my God, bro. I thought about this when I saw it. As soon as I saw this Crimson Shadow, I was like, oh, shit, they cut Antonio Brown. Here it comes. Man, the Lions should go and get him. Why? Just giving away capital. Just want to bring people. The key word is I don't want no turds. He a turd. Kenny Stills is still available. And he was hurt. But God, he can get you the same number James Washington got. He can get you 392. Come on, man. We really got people talking about this. LaShawn McCoy. Seriously? We got people really talking about LaShawn McCoy. We got people really talking about James Washington trades. First it was N'Keal Harry, now it's on to James Washington. Why? If you need to get your fix in to have these trades go through, go play Madden. This doesn't make sense. Not for our team, not for the Detroit Lions. It don't make sense. And I'm showing you in real time, he doesn't bring you anything there. Even in his best season. Even in his best season, he was barely over 50% catching. Barely. I just don't understand why we're doing this. I just don't. The media don't even know who to sign about no more. I don't know who we should get. But if you're going, and I get what you're saying, Hungry Panda Studios, but if you're going to go for a receiver, go for him. You'll get more out of Golden Tate than you did out of Danny Amendola. Because Golden Tate was already hyped. Now, this is not me making it up. Golden Tate was so impressed and hyped as he watched the tape of Amon-Ra Hurdle Okuda. He got excited, he said, oh, I love that. Talked about his route running. I mean, just think about this. This is your receiving core. Just stay with me. Hypothetically, right? Tyrell Williams, because I know some of y'all can't stand Bashard Perriman, so we're gonna just go ahead and eliminate him. So Tyrell Williams, Golden Tate, and in the slot, you got Amon-Ra and Quintez Cephas. Who's stopping that? Seriously, you can't. The route that they finna be running underneath, and you got TJ Hockenson at tight end. Who's stopping that? Seriously. Like, it doesn't make sense to me to do. Spaceboy says Lions have draft capital. Get players that want out who are top players. They're out there. Use your draft capital for top players. James Washington ain't one of them. And you don't want to use your capital for that because there's this thing called a salary cap. You go out and get a Mike Thomas, you carry Mike Thomas's contract. We're not trying to do that. So now the question becomes, who can you go out and get? If you really wanted a deep threat, you should have went out and got Deshaun Jackson first. If you just want a big body, you still got Alshon Jeffries out there. Like, come on. If you want to trade a draft capital and get a young talent that I think can still ball and it ain't going to cost you much, go call up the Buccaneers and see if you can get Tyler Johnson. They're going to tell you no, but still try. I still don't even want to do that because they come so easy. And we haven't even started the cuts. People got to still get cut. So why am I going to run and doing it? Spaceboy says, what's wrong with James Washington? 4th round pick for him? No pick for him. You give him a 4th round pick for a guy who got 1,344 yards. That's what you're giving up. A guy who's 51.7% catch percentage. You give him a 4th round pick for that. Your 4th round pick numbers is better than that. And Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like seriously, I can't even make it up. Amon-Ra St. Brown numbers is better than that. Why am I giving up a 4th round pick for him? No. We could have got a few players that play like Amendola for cheap that play better but created more of a positive impact. We could have did it. Just curious, any news on Craig Reynolds? Not that I heard of. I think they could find better kickers in open tryouts. Don't trade for a freaking kicker. I don't understand this. If you're trading for a kicker, he better be the second coming of like Jason Hansen or what's my man name from the Patriots? I'm drawing Vinatieri. I just got to put this out there. No, As a fan base, when people come up with this stuff, nope, tell them no. Shoot it down. I mean, don't even give them a chance. Brrr, drop a bomb on it. Set it on fire, and don't piss to put it out. These ideas don't make sense. This the real world. We're not doing this stuff. Would you send Tavai to New England for Harry plus a second or a third? Nope. If they want to do to Tavai straight up for N'Keal Harry, fine. But the moment you add a second or third in there, no. Now, if you're saying that they're going to give me a second or third in Harry for Tavai, yeah, I'm taking that. But if I got to give you a draft pick, nope. Second round pick for Thomas, not first round. Thomas is under 30. Second round pick is a deal for Mike Thomas. This is crazy. Lions have cap space. Okay. I'll indulge you. I love a good conversation, and I'll indulge you. Let's take a look, okay? Let's take a look. The two things we're going to look at is, one, we're going to look at Mike Thomas. Why? Because I believe that this is the best thing to do. This gives you a chance to state your case. I'm just going to show you why I would not do this and why this would be a mistake. There has to be some logic to this thing. Like some type of logic. All right. So let's go. First, I got to find Mike Thomas. All right, here we go. All right. All right. So I got Mike Thomas. Now I got the Lions. All right. Let me go ahead and show you. Oh, you know what? It would help if I actually open it up in the right screen, people. Jesus. Okay, let me fix this. I want to get this right. So let me put this right here. Give me a second, people. I'm trying to have a conversation with Facebook. I know he really wants to know the answer, and I'm not even being funny. I really think he feel like this is doable. This is more than possible. You have the draft capital. You do it. Now, keep in mind, receivers come a dime a dozen. Like, I'm not making this up. They're a dime a dozen. All right. So you don't even have to panic ever to get a receiver. All right. Now, let's do this. Here we go. People, I am not the authority. I am a fan just like you, but I'm also in a realm of logic. All right. So let's explore this option that he's presenting to us. All right. A second round pick, that would be lovely. You got the cap space. All right. So the first thing he argues is the cap space. So let's look at Detroit's cap space. Let me make this nice and big so people can see it. Now, this is according to over the cap. All right. The Lions are sitting at $18 million. And that's according to over the cap. $18 million. Cool. All right. Here's why this trade is done. And I'm trying to keep it simple. Not saying that what he's saying is done, but the trade in itself for the Lions is done. One, the Saints don't even really save no money. They get a negative $22.5 million to do what? Take a $32.6 million cap hit? Where they do that at, coach? You want to trade him next year? See, that's the problem. You got to help carry some of this contract. We know what he got in guaranteed money. We know that. We know how that all works out. But let's just say hypothetically, right? They want to move on from Dog. Right? So that's how they trade him. So now we're going to go past June 1st. So now we come here. So they're going to take a $8.9 million cap hit to save $1.2 million. Where they do that at? Where? So how much of that contract we going to have to carry? They got to cover the $13 million. of this contract. $13 million of the contract. Who paying that? And we're giving up a second-round pick. Have you looked at the receivers coming out next year? Like, you're going to have options. Have you looked at the possible receivers who are going to get cut? Like, I don't understand it. As here's Johnny say, Washington is not an upgrade. Don't waste a pick on this. I could even kill them if they wanted to sign LaShawn McCoy. At least he's a free agent. Don't cost you nothing. It don't cost you a single thing. But when you start talking about giving up draft capital, no. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. And the reason it's not going to work is because it doesn't make sense. It says people sweating Washington. He is playing behind too much talent. James got game. He can't see the field behind Juju, DJ, and Clay. If he has so much talent, why would they go out and get Claypool? And I'm not saying that he don't have the talent per se. I'm saying if he was as good as you're saying, I do think you're making a very good argument about who he's sitting behind. But there was a time when they lost a lot of people. They still went out. They drafted Deion. You know what? I'll show you. I'll do one better for you. Right? Let's go through and look at it. Let's look at when was what is his name? Chase Claypool. When was he drafted? Let's see. He was drafted in 2020. 2020. Let's go back and take a look and figure out when James was drafted. I want to be fair. When was James? Let me see. James was drafted in 2018. Okay. So he's been on the team since 2018. He got his shot in 2019. And then 2020. All right. So let's go through. Let's look at some more numbers real quick. When was, I don't know, what's his name? Deontay Johnson? Is that his name? Yeah, Deontay Johnson. I think that's his name. That sounds like familiar to me. When was he drafted? I want to see when he was drafted, because the one thing I know is Mike Tomlin rarely makes mistakes. Rarely. And your argument is he's buried. And I'm saying, okay, he's buried. But you don't keep drafting receivers. So Deontay Johnson was drafted in 2019. They took more receivers this year. They're telling you what it is. They see that he's not consistent as a catcher. Now, I ain't gonna lie. When I used to play Madden, I tried everything in my power to get James Washington because he's a cheat code on Madden. It works. But in real life, that 55 or that 51.7% catch rate, that ain't got nothing to do with who he's behind. When he get target, if he catch the ball, he survives. He's not even catching the ball. That's my point on why we cannot do this. You cannot give up draft capital because his value is greater than fourth on depth chart, and that's where he's at on their team. It's not greater than fourth. He won't even be the fourth best receiver on our team. You will literally have to force him into the starting lineup to justify giving up a fourth round pick for him. Ebron is a mistake. Fair enough, but I'm talking about drafting people. I'm talking about drafting people. It says, have you looked at his third down conversion? Okay. Listen, y'all say I'm not fair, and I leave it open for anybody to join in. I'll indulge you, right? You want to look at the third down conversion. This is where we get the bread and butter for you, right? Or this is your I'm sorry, that didn't mean to do that. This is where we at? Advanced stats for career. That's what I want to go to. All right, let me see. Why did it go into game log? I did do advanced stats. Okay, we're going to figure this out. Don't worry about it. All right, so you want me to check out his third down conversions. I did advanced game log. Jesus. This is when you know you tired, people. All right, let me go back. Let me go back. I get tired. It happens. All right. So advanced receiving and rushing. Here we go. Right here. And so you want me to look at what? His third down. Where is it at? I know I passed it somewhere around here. It's got to be somewhere around here. I'm going to find it for you. I don't want you to tell I'm not being fair. Third down stats. Maybe I got to go through game by game. I don't know. Not quite sure why it's not showing. All right. I'm not sure why it's not showing. I'm really not sure. But you know, we just talking about the third down. A guy, in my opinion, who I'm trying to figure out how to word this. I want to word this in a way that's not disrespectful. I believe that he's had opportunities. That's the way I'm going to put it. I believe that he's had opportunities. And the reality is this. They took other receivers because he was not living up to his end of it. The inconsistency of his catches is what's killing him. And I get that there's a love fest for him, but James Washington is not it. It's not it. It's just he's not it. Oh, he helped you win money in daily fantasy betting. I mean, cool. Considering the Steelers know their receivers and Mike barely use him, why should we buy into Washington? I don't understand it. He will start on the Lions. You're out of your mind. Who started on the line? If he started on the line, you forced him into the lineup. I guarantee you, if he's starting on the Lions, you forced him in. That doesn't make sense. It just don't. He was a second round pick. That's all I'm saying. He has talent. You act like he's a nobody on the Lions roster. He would start, no doubt. No, I act like I don't believe in giving up draft capital for pieces in production that I already have players on the team that can give me. It got nothing to do with the player. Space Boy, don't look at it and think that I'm looking at the player. The player is not my issue. I said no to freaking Mike Thomas, right? And Mike Thomas is a very good receiver. But my point I'm trying to point out to you is there's no need for you to give up draft capital, let alone for James Washington. James Washington. You give up draft capital, he's going to get cut. You can sign him as a free agent. If he want to be here that bad, sign him as a free agent. But giving up draft capital for a guy on the last year of his deal don't seem smart. For a guy who's only got a 51.7% catch rate, don't seem smart. Like, he's not consistent. He's had his targets, and he hasn't done nothing with it. I can literally show you every other receiver on his roster who did better than him. And it's not me trying to be rude. This is just me telling you the truth. Like, I'm being honest. Don't give up draft capital for that. Go and get somebody in free agency. There are people out there you can get that same production from, and most of them are already on our damn team. Most of them are on our damn team. I mean, I wish I could make this stuff up. But the reality is this. They not only show you how much they believe in him, they took Deontay Johnson. They took Claypool. right? They drafted Anthony Johnson out of Buffalo. They're telling you he's not who you think he is. And if you still don't want to buy into it, I get it. I totally get it. So I'm just saying, what do you think about the front four this year? Last year, Lions had injuries up front on defense. There's a potential with Trey Flowers and Brockers this year. Well, Trey's going to be in the 2-point stand most of the time. They're going to obviously rotate him down with his hand in the dirt, obviously. But he's mostly going to be in the 2-point stand rushing outside with Romeo Core. I think your starting D-line goes like Michael Brockers at D-end, nose tackle McNeil, and Levi. I like it because at least for the first time that I can tell you, I've seen a bunch of people who can win one-on-ones, and that's important to me. Now, let me get into this Pittsburgh game. What do you should be looking at in this game? What should your focus be in this game? How should you be interacting with this game? And the answer to it is this. Simple. You should want them to play faster. And I'm not just talking about figuratively. I'm talking about more up-tempo, more quicker play calls, quicker passes. You should want them to play faster. Offense and defense. That's what you want to see. The other thing you want to do is you want to look at players who are really fighting, because this right here is an audition game. The Lions are not trying to win. If they win the game, hey, great. If they don't, hey, great. This is an audition. They brought in another quarterback to compete because they're trying to keep, one, people safe from getting hurt, but two, they're trying to create and evaluate people. That's what they're doing. I don't need to see what DeAndre Swift can do. I don't need to see what Jared Goff can do. Hell, sit Tyrell Williams too. I need more Sage Surratt. He need to be better. He need to get more separation. Because if we're going to get a receiver who couldn't get separation, then go and get Elshon Jeffries. Go and get Calvin Hardman. You want people that don't want to get no separation? Go and get people like that. I'm looking for stuff like that. What you should be focusing on is, are we moving tempo fast? It's a tempo fast. It's a consistent. I would check play calling. Literally sit down with a pen. Don't do nothing else. First play, write an R for run, P for pass. When that drive is capped, draw a line through it, then write R for run, P for pass. You want to see how he's calling these plays. If they're a pattern. See, with Patricia, I knew the pattern. It was run, pass, punt. Pass, run, pass, punt. This was the pattern. He went between those two all the time with his coordinator. When he ran, the third one was guaranteed a pass. Somehow we passed a lot on that third down. I don't know what the hell going on with it, but it's the truth. Right? Secondly, you want to look at those guys who are really trying to take their spot, because you got to understand something. Some spots are up for grab. They are. They activated Nick Williams for a reason. The reason they activated Nick Williams because they're trying to see, hey, should you still be on this team? Should I be bothered with you? Should I really draw my attention to this? They're 100% paying attention to that. You want to see how our safeties do. These are all the battles you want to see in this game, because this is what it's going to boil down to. The kickers. That's number one priority right now. Can Zane Gonzalez outdo Bullock? Right? You want to see how he does. You want to see if the offensive line firing on all cylinders, particularly that guard spot, because Logan Steinberg says he don't want to be a backup. He believes he got a chance to take somebody's spot. Well, I just went through in my head and I said, well, you definitely ain't taking no damn Frank Ragnow spot. You're not taking Jonah Jackson's spot. You ain't taking Sewell's spot, and you ain't taking Dacker. So that means you believe you can take Big V's spot. Well, let me see what you do this game. Pay attention to the run game, not just Craig Reynolds, right? If Craig Reynolds do it again, that's consistency. I like that. But don't just look at that. Look at Dedrick Mills. Look at those other guys coming in. Do they have vision? I don't care if they get long runs. Are they showing vision and awareness of where things are happening? These are things you got to watch, right? Are the linebackers scrambling to the ball fast? Who's in the starting lineup this time around? Because I think we need to move my man Derek Barnes up. Look long and hard at Levi Onwuzurike. This is his first chance at getting action. On the Pittsburgh Steelers side, pay attention to James Washington. Just the one everybody loves. Pay attention to him. But also pay attention to the other players that's going to be out there. Because it may be somebody that's going to get cut off that roster, and you want to be in the know about it. If an Anthony Johnson don't pan out that receiver and he falls and you like what you saw out of him, then okay. But you want to see if you can move the ball fast. They're going to play Ben Roethlisberger. Can your defense get near him? And I don't even care if they get a sack. Can you collapse the pocket around him? Can you make him uncomfortable with the pressure? See if Julian Okoye is better with the second string versus the third. How does the cornerbacks perform against this receiving core if Juju even plays? I don't even think Claypool playing, but again, how are they doing? Are our safeties up to par? These are the things you want to look for in this game, so that way you can be aware and say, okay, now I know where I want to go with this. See, when preseason comes, I'm just looking at, who can I take off that team? Who stood out on that team? Jason Smith says Anthony Lynn wants to put up 28 at least per game in the regular season. Do you see this offense putting that up on an average per week? It's possible. And what I mean by that is it's very possible. You just got to figure out the numbers, because you know there's going to be some games where they're going to score 35 or 42. And if you're just talking about averages, it's very possible. Very possible. So I mean, let's go through history. History tends to tell me the answer to most of my things. Like if I want to know something, history tells me, right? So the Lions last year scored 377 points. 377 points is what the Lions scored last year, right? And we can work our way back through year by year by year by year, like if you want to. But I don't even got to go that many years. Now, his goal is 28 points, which I think is a very good number, because if you're scoring 28, you should win the game. In most cases. In most cases. But you figure last year they averaged, 23 points? And that's with a trash defense and poor coaching. Right? The year before that, on average, 21 points. Still, trash defense, trash coaching. Not sugarcoating anything. Then the year before that, they averaged 20 points. And that's all the Patricia era right there. So we know already in the Patricia era, they are averaging 21 to 22 points a game. In the Patricia era. Before Patricia, before him, they were averaging, they were averaging 25 points a game the last season of Jim Caldwell. So 28 is very freaking possible. Very close, very possible. So, yes, I can see that being the thing. That's what he played against Buffalo, and that's what he will do against the Steelers, and that's what he will be playing week 1. Okay. It says, I'm focusing on the trenches and the linebackers. That's from 1991, Max Stagg. I can follow that logic. I'm looking forward to seeing the D-line gel. It has potential to be scary. I mean, they can win a lot of one-on-ones. And that's the most important part. Winning those one-on-ones is huge. And it's one of the reasons why a lot of the times I'm really anal about the small things, because the small things often become the big. This game is Steelers dress. They played 2 already, so they should be playing like this is their dress as well. I mean, true. I like Penny Sewell pick. Great move. High punt Patricia. Hey, I'm just saying. Just saying. You are dead wrong, Spaceboy. Yes, he was the defensive end, but he's not playing defensive end. He would be playing the 5-tech, which is he is not. Yeah, there's something different. Oh man, don't say Elshon Jeffries 3 times or he might. You say he like Candyman. You say his name too many times and he's showing up. Let's see. Luke, part 1, people will want to bet people in a daily fantasy football example. They'd be like, I want to like you, Jimbo. Hey, I don't do it. Formations give away what the Lions were going to do, especially on defense. It would be much different and better this year. I agree. We consistently rushed 4 and we blitzed. It's already looking different. 100%. Let me catch up to my comments now, y'all. I'm trying to get through it. Let me see. Was watching Derek Barnes' highlight yesterday. He is a little faster than I thought. Why do you think I went nuts on our live draft show when we took him? I was like, yo, that's what I'm talking about. Because I knew he's a good linebacker. I said at best, he could be DeAndre Levy. At worst, he could be Steven Tullett. Either way, you walk out with a good player. That's why I was so ecstatic for him. That's why he and Amon-Ra were my favorite picks. I thought they should have been taken higher. I'd be like, okay, what is the pot? They'd be like, we playing for 3,000. I'd be like, okay, I can't be losing by 1.5 points or like 5 points. I have Washington on the squad. Hey, so I'm just saying. He says, Lions, a 3-4 defense now? Yep. I'm paying attention to that dude from Jackson. That man, Josh. I don't know who you're talking about. Maybe I'm drawing a blank right now. Shoot. So he says he wasn't aware of that. Fair enough. I love that he said I wasn't aware of that. He was able to admit it. The quality of the coaching staff is so much higher this year. It will make a big difference, 100%. Breakfast Club gave Dan Campbell donkey the other day. Oh, you got to be shitting me. Are you serious? No, Aaron. No. Aaron. No, Charlemagne didn't. Don't say he did that. Don't say he did that. I usually listen to Donkey of the day. I didn't have time to today. Don't say he gave my man Dan Campbell that. Oh, my freak. Y'all, listen, people. Oh, I cannot believe this. Why do they? Okay. Let me hear his logic.
Charlemagne the devil?
The Breakfast Club.
Yes, Donkey today for Friday, August, the 20th. Go to Detroit Lions rookie head coach Dan Campbell. Now, look, I know football is a business, and there are no permanent friends or enemies when it comes to business. But damn, Dan Campbell did something so cold, so cruel, so callous. And I wouldn't even have noticed if he himself didn't say, I'm an a-hole for doing it. Now, salute the long snapper Dan Mulback. Dropping the clues bombs for Don Mulback. Don't know him. Just dropping one of clues bombs for him because he played 260 games for the Lions since joining the NFL as a rookie in 2004. The Detroit Lions are the only team Don Mulback has ever known, the only team he's ever played for in his NFL career. In fact, Don Mulback and Dan Campbell were teammates for 3 seasons with the Detroit Lions. So Dan Campbell and Don Mulback really know each other. They were teammates, and now Dan is Don's coach. Well, was his coach, okay? So if you've been working for any organization for 17 years, even though we know corporate America isn't dying for none of us, and most of us ultimately are nothing but numbers, I would expect to, be let go a certain way. Am I asking too much of corporate America to be let go a certain way? Do people who have been working at a company for years deserve more than just a visit from HR that they are being released? I would think so, right? I know that's not how it works, but I will always have a problem with corporate America just treating people who have given so much of themselves and their lives to a company. And then when you hear stories like this one between Dan Campbell and Don Mulback, it just gives you perspective on how you should be with these corporations. See, Don Mulback got cut from the Detroit Lions after 17 years, and I think it's safe to say they did him dirty. I can't make this kind of stuff up. Let's go to NFL Network for the report, please. Listen.
Speaking of the Lions, they have released their long snapper, Don Muhlbach. He played in 260 games over 17 seasons in Detroit. It's the 8th most with one team in NFL history. Muhlbach let go, MJ, on his 40th birthday.
They cut Don Muhlbach on his 40th.
First of all, they just said the man damn name. And you still got it wrong. But second of all, how in the hell he get donkey of the day for? Jesus. Okay. I can't, people. It must be a slow day in the news. It must be a slow day in the news when the Lions, I told y'all the media, for some reason, is picking up on stupid stuff when it comes to the Lions. I don't understand this. Why? I saw a question that says it's a Vac gonna make the team for 1991 Max Stag. I think he's safe. I think the linebacker core is a little thin, and I think he's safe. But Jesus, how does he get donkey? I'm gonna give him a minute. Let me see if he's gonna finish this. Let me see how he feeling.
Born day. I can't make this kind of stuff up. He got cut after 17 seasons with the Detroit Lions by his former teammate, who's now his coach, on his 40th B-Day. This the coldest.
Who cares if it? Okay.
Termination I've seen since Craig got fired on his day off for stealing boxes. How you fire a man who worked for a company for 17 years, who you worked with for 3 of those years, on his birthday? Well, his born day. I say born day because it was the day he was born. It was the day your mama gave birth. But not just any born day. His 40th? The big 4-0? Can you imagine the emotional high and low you caused Don on this day? Now, I'm sure Don will be fine in life, but damn, man, Dan, if you don't like the man, just say so. Was this a coincidence or was it personal? I don't know. All I know is Dan Campbell is holding himself accountable. Let's go to the Detroit Free Press to hear what Dan Campbell had to say about the situation. This is the coach.
No, there's no way to sugarcoat that. You know, I'm an ass. So that's about the best way to put it. And I hate it. You know, there was no way around it, really. I mean, yeah, you could say there is, but ultimately that falls on me. It's my fault. And Don's a hell of a dude and sucks, but it is what it is.
The best part of that is it is what it is. How does he get I told y'all pay attention and how this go down. As it say right here from Predator Kingdom, it fell on the day of cuts. Would it have been better if he did it the day before? So now he's unemployed going into his birthday? Would it have been better if they waited to after his birthday, after he spent all his money, and then say, hey, you're fired? Like, when is the best time? Oh, my freaking God. All the things the Lions could have made Breakfast Club news for, we get donkey of the day. I can't, people. Are y'all paying attention? Are y'all awake yet? Do y'all not see how this works? All the stupid stuff that Aaron Rodgers has done. No donkey of the day. All the dumb stuff that's going on across the NFL, all across the board. No donkey of the day. Hell, we didn't get donkey of the day for the Calvin Johnson situation. But you cut a man on his birthday, and because his birthday, morally, oh, that's wrong. In a business where this is norm, it's a slow day. It's a slow day. It has to be a slow day in news. They can't talk about nothing. I could give you 1,000 things to give donkey of the day to before you gave it to this. This is so minute. God. Do y'all now see why this channel was started? Do y'all now see why I do this? Y'all see why I point out bad media, why I point out things that don't make sense, why I'm constantly questioning the fan base, because I want the fan base to think harder. Or in the words of Rafiki, look harder, right? I want you to know that these things will be swept under the rug because most people don't know. I don't care if it's your birthday. Now, could I see it being cold if it was like, oh, he had a death in the family and on the day he's at a funeral and they did it? Now, that might be cold. Your birthday? Stop it. I heard this quote a long time ago from my grandmother. She told me, To one, you are the world, and to the world, you are one. In other words, somebody found you special, your mother. Outside of that, you just another number. Go back to your mom and get your birthday wishes and stuff. Seriously. Seriously, using the league for 17 years, snapping a damn ball and getting paid for it. What you mad about? You had the least challenging job. Like, I'm with Predator King. You're a grown ass man, and we all like, it's his birthday. Really? When we got people suffering in Hades, suffering in the Middle East, and we talking about a birthday. This is the media. Woo, boy! I tell you, if it's a snake, it'll bite you. It's right here in your face. They had 1,000 things they could have came out with and talked about. This is the one. Just because it's his birthday. I don't know if Charlamagne noticed, but I gotta believe he do. Everybody don't celebrate their birthday. Everybody don't associate their birthday as a holiday or as a good day. It's business. It's different. It's no different if you hire your cousin to do a job and he suck at it and you fire him. Like if you had a contract, let's say you had a big contract with Puff Daddy and your cousin is the person supposed to be the bouncer, but every time you turn around, he ain't nowhere near Puff Daddy and people keep touching Puffy. And you getting ready to lose the contract and it's his birthday because it's your cousin. You don't want to, it's worse because, you're not going to fire your cousin on his birthday, are you? Yes, you damn Skippy. That's business. Jesus. I can't. Did anybody think Muleback could have been a cancer because he has been jaded by all the crappy past regimes? Time to get some new blood in the locker room. I just figured it was time. He's been here the longest. If I can't find somebody to replace you, then you're not a coach. If I can't get somebody to snap that ball in a league where nobody is lining up over you, you're not a coach. Seriously, you can't even line up over him. You're a free blocker. You snap it and you try to find somebody and hold them. Like this is not. Come on, man. Donkey of the day. People, pray for me. Something else I want to point out. Ben Roethlisberger playing in this game against Pittsburgh, right? And it got me to thinking, why would he want to do this? I think Ben is starting to feel the pressure. I think the fact that they keep trying to find a quarterback, he done took a pay cut, and they still trying to find a quarterback. I think that's why you see Ben trying to get into this game. So I think that's why you see this. I think you're starting to see it. Sad state of the Lions fans holding on to long snappers and kickers. Dream bigger, people. He told him to dream bigger. Y'all worry about long snappers, man. Kickers, dream bigger. Oh, man. Muleback got paid millions of dollars a season for about 160 plays a season. Luke, you think they'll put? Yep, that's a Lion move. It's an absolute Lions move. Spirit of the Detroit podcast. Shout out to you, Avery. He says, you don't know what you're talking about. Laugh my ass off. Mobby voice. It is what it is. I know one thing. It's business. He was listen, everybody just got to understand. Sometimes it's just time. I mean, hell, Joe Montana got moved on from. Look at all the great people who don't been moved on from. Like, seriously, Peyton Manning got moved on. Brett Favre got moved on. It happens, people. But it was his birthday. For the long snapper. Man, y'all don't stop playing with me. At Luke, fun fact, Steelers have more players from our former regime than the Lions do. Good. They'll be doing better with a better coach. Good. We played them, I think, week 7? I think it's week 7. When that time comes, then we can get real. But this game, That's another thing I wanted to bring up. I'm not trying to show them nothing in this game. Dress rehearsal my ass. I play y'all in the regular season. I'm not trying to show you nothing. You're going to get the most generic Lions team you ever seen. I want you coming in sleeping on the Lion. I want you to think that the Lion ain't ate, that he's starving, and it's about to die. I want you to come in thinking the Lion is weak, that Lion ain't even a lion. I want you to think it's a kitten. I want you to buy into the belief that this is a trash team. I'm not showing you nothing. I'm going to come into this game in preseason and give you my all and lose to you in the regular? No. You can have whatever you want. This is my practice time for you. I want to see what you're trying to do. I'm not trying to give you nothing. People forget this. All they think that they're looking for, I want to win. I want to see this and this and that. No, think different. As my man Bay Boy say, think bigger, people. They got to still play the Steelers this regular season. And I'm telling you right now, what you don't want to end up doing is being the guy who turns around and quickly realizes that you don't have to do this. You don't want to be that guy. I'm not showing you nothing. Like I want to see it. I want to believe it. I want to see it. And what I want to see them do is treat this game like what it is. A scrimmage for evaluation. I don't care if we win. But if they come out and they giving they all and they calling all these specialty plays and stuff, I'm going to throw up. Because you got to still play these people. We got to have a candlelit vigil for a long snapper. Oops, I thought this was $1 billion company that makes layups. And hard decisions every day. I know it don't make sense. We get donkey every day because this is his birthday. That's the difference. It's his birthday. It don't make sense. I wish I could make this stuff up. Why is golf not playing? They don't need to show nothing because we still play the Steelers in the regular season. So when you play the Steelers in the regular season, no, you don't want to show them anything. You know, and think about it. Who does it really benefit though? The Steelers or the Lions for having him play? If I'm the Steelers, I can get a shot on him and make it to where he's not in by the time I play him. That's great for me. Or what if he gets hurt and now we got to go into the first game with Tim Boyles, right? Like I'm just saying, that's why he's not playing. You don't really need him. You just don't. There's no reason for you to jump the gun and get into it. Like I don't see the point of it in my eyes. So that's why he's not playing, and they shouldn't. So Southwest Lions, this isn't an excuse. I have dealt with all the suffering since the 80s, and I'm not that low. My man Casey Bayboy said we not finna allow no excuses out here. It just don't make no sense. It says don't like the Muleback cut, Luke. I love it. I don't care if it's on his birthday. Hell, he ain't the first one to get let go on his birthday. Hell, I remember one time I had a whole man. Listen, bro, I had a job once, right? No BS. I had a job once, and literally had just lost someone really near and dear to me. Went to the funeral and came back the next day and was told that they was letting me go. I understood that's business. Is it foul in the heart or moral? Yeah, maybe, but I don't care. That's business. We got to get out the woe is me attitude. Get past it. But donkey of the day, I don't know about that. I agree. We shouldn't be digging into our playbook, but I still can't stand that our new team isn't playing starters. I mean, it's not like they're got game time together. I start them for the timing purposes. Yeah, you get them for the timing purposes, but that's what the practice is for. And I know that the people don't want to hear that, but that's what it's for. You're trying to work on timing and stuff like that in practice. And so that's where you want to do it. But when you're trying to still evaluate people and you know you got to still play the Steelers, man, I'm not trying to show them nothing. I don't want them to see anything. Why should anyone care about Leonard, a.k.a. Charlemagne? You call my man by his government? Leave Charlemagne alone. Donkey of the day. It's ridiculous. Oh, man. What? Oh, man. You and this catch-up, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. They think we pouring the Kool-Aid this game hot. Think again. Better come pouring sugar water. I want to see a vanilla jello instant pudding scheme. Facts. That's all I want to see. And in the midst of all that, I want to see who do well in that. I don't want to, man, if they coming out running super reverses, they coming out throwing the ball deep, they coming out running the ball excessively, or they, they just pulling out all the bells and whistles. I am going to be pissed. You still got to play this team. Now, obviously, they're going to have some game fit on you by the time they play you in the regular season, but we still got to play you. And when you usually play a team twice, this is one of the reasons why the NBA has multiple games, and one of the reasons why in most cases when you play a team twice in the NFL, it's challenging because they got enough to know, oh, this is their weaknesses, or this is what they do good. So why would I show them anything? Now, if Dan Campbell turn around and then play his starters for one more quarter in the next game, I guarantee you people are going to really be mad because then they're going to say, well, why would you do it in this game? Because I don't play that team. I don't play that team in the regular season. Show them nothing. That's what you do. Show them nothing. I don't play the Colts in the regular season. So if I want to go out there and test out some stuff and get timing down, I'll do it. But I don't play the Colts in the regular season. And the only time I'll play the Colts again is if we both in the Super Bowl. So yes, I can understand this move, but it's something that I want to talk about and it makes sense. Muleback is 40 years old. He does not give the Lions a clear competitive advantage going forward over the younger guy. It's just time. Like, spot on. It's just time. Why the NFL hates Josh Rosen? You can't tell me Boyles and Blow better. I think Blau is a good backup. I think with Rosen is people question, does he have the desire to play? But you got to keep in mind, the NFL basically forced a safety out because they said he was too smart. Like, think about this. All the other players in the NFL is still in the NFL, but you forced this one dude out. I think his name was Myron. Was it Myron Lewis? He was a safety, and he ended up, right now he's actually some type of surgeon or something. Like, he's like a brain surgeon or something. And they basically told him to choose between being a doctor or a football player. And he was like, I can do both. And he was doing both. And they was like, well, you're not committed to being a football player. And they forced him out. So I'm not shocked. It says, what if the Steelers are digging in their playbooks? Good. Let them do that. Take notes. Luke, the Lions culture has changed for the better. Definitely have a 91 vibe for this team. I agree. Practice timing and game timing are different. Definitely different. I agree, but it's still practice. What injuries is Ebron going to fake to? Boy, Steve, you was a genius. He said he trying to swerve the Lions. He don't want to play against them, but he ain't gonna fake nothing because he know for a fact that he got to see him again too. So I don't see him doing too much. So let's see. Let me go through. See, Charlamagne needs to be in jail for messing with minors. What? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Maybe we should just play musical chairs to choose players like kindergarten. Facts. Duck, duck, goose, the classics. Let me see. I don't want to miss nothing. These fans need their nap mats and blankets. Getting hurt feelings over a 40-year-old man getting cut on his birthday. Bruh. That's like somebody committing a dangerous crime or something like that, and then they get arrested and it's like, oh, you're going to arrest him on his birthday? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or somebody drunk driving or somebody doing something real stupid, like, or let's say somebody is speeding and the police put them over for speeding legitimately, and you're like, but it's my birthday. So what? This is life, and things change as time go on. I'm just saying. I was let go on my birthday. I was actually happy as hell, Luke. You was Heinz ketchup assistant when you got released on your birthday. You just ended up with the Actually, no, I was not, but I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even mess with ketchup. I'm allergic to it. Lions Share says, but still is acting like this is their dress. They starting quarterback playing. Let them act like it's their dress. They may have a confidence in them that we can not only act like this is a dress rehearsal, but we'll beat you in the regular season. Well, when that time comes, we'll find out. But in the meantime, I'm not going to risk anything for a game that don't count for nothing. I'm not showing you nothing. In the past, the Lions would give they all in these preseason games for dress rehearsal. And I would be like, yo, we got to play that team still. Then we go and play that team in the regular season and get beat the hell up. No. No. Show them nothing. Give them nothing. I think you're right, Craig. He's too smart to show his hand. Let me see. Get them likes up, people. 100%. Please get them likes up. That's how things get going. This regime is making the hard decisions. New ownership is 100%. Sheila is not like her mother or father. When I was excited and getting all hype, I was told same old Lions. It's still a Ford. I was like, yeah, but this one plays sports. This one know how to tweet. This one know how to do Instagram. This one know how to send emails. I don't think the mom and dad knew that. Ben should retire. Well, he's fighting it. Rosen is god-awful. Rodgers-like attitude without the talent. What if they don't show Jack? I might just go play pool at the bar. You want to still see the evaluation. There's somebody that's trying to earn the job, and this is their chance to do it. So that's what this is about. How many 40-year-olds are still playing in the NFL? Good point. Iowa Lion. Very good point. I mean, how do you pass that? You know what I'm saying? Dan man is making the catch-up industry some money. Hey, listen, I don't even know what you're talking about. Hit me up and see what month would that be. Matter of fact, hit me up next month. We'll talk about it. I don't mess with no ketchup though. I'm trying to find me some mustard and some relish and some mayo or something. You feel me? And no, I'm not eating no ketchup and mayo sandwiches. That was disgusting. These fans need to relax, take a chill pill. It ain't that serious. Saying it in my calm Cedar Entertainment voice, right? Southwest Lion, we keeping up the catch-up jokes because we need him to laugh, or he's going to die of a heart attack over this stupid. I ain't gonna let them kill me, but God is some stupid stuff. Like seriously, they said, "Oh snap, Muleback's gone." Right? Ben needs to be in prison for. Oh wow, Ferg, I hear you. Let me see. What do you know? What do you want to see different from this game compared to last? Anything you want to see or less? I want to see them just play faster. That's the biggest one. Play faster, play more sense of urgency in this game. That's one. Two, I really want to see a lot of those guys who performed on the threes moved up to the ones. Let's see if they can do that against those starters. So I want to see them play faster. I want to see other people get opportunities to get more battle tested. And people who's really on the bubble need to figure out a way to make this squad. Because you got to think, they got to cut 5 more players after this week. I don't know, Luke, what if got a booty call? What? I don't know what you were trying to say there. Let's see. I hope the kicker gets a good workout this game. Jeez, that kicker scared the hell out of me. I mean, it was nobody in that field. I mean, in that stadium but the fans, and he was just by himself, and that ball was coming up short. I can't wait till the first bad snap when people scream about how they told you so. Well, if we get a bad snap, then obviously we got a problem. It's a long snapper. We should be okay with a damn long snapper. Seriously. Like, nobody's lining up over him. Let me see. I guess at this point, I want to see Burns and Pittman on the ones. Pittman on the ones might be intriguing, especially with Burns. But I agree with you. Why they really trying to play all 8 people, I'll be sitting people. Just me. I think at this time, I'm going to take y'all questions. So any questions y'all got for me, shoot them, and then we'll get up out of here. I got a lot of things to do this weekend, including celebrating my youngest son's birthday and potty training. So yay me, right? So yeah. What if got a booty call at the bar? Well, you gotta make a pimp decision. If you got a booty call, it boils down to the booty call versus football. But if you're the man, the booty call would know that when you get there, still be ready. Just saying. 3 less than 30-yard field goals, that doesn't prove much. All right. MCDC should have cut him while he was wearing that racing helmet and watching the media lose their shit. That would have been funny. that would have been funny. And put Logan Steinberg in on the ones too. He was the best backup guard against Buffalo. Well, he said that he believed that he's not a backup, and he's out to prove it. So he's working on a lot of things to get that squared away, and I think that's good. Steelers 2s are good. This is a good test for the Lions. That's what I'm saying. The best way to evaluate everything is right here. Question: how many sacks and turnovers this year? I think that the number of sacks should not be as big of a concern as the turnovers. In the turnover battle, you definitely want to make sure that you're winning that part of it, because anything outside of that, if you win in that turnover battle, is going to be a problem. So I would have to really look at how many turnovers we had the previous year. Excuse me. How many we had the previous year, which I know was not many. It just was not many, but our turnover percentage was 11.2 and our opponents was 7.1. So I'm going to say we get well, this is hard. I don't even know. You know what? This is too hard for me to think. I would have to do some numbers on this, because I would have to look at what our average has been and better coaching on top of that. So I put it this way. We'll have more than the last 3 years combined, probably, because I don't think we got many turnovers like that over the years. I know we had a few there. Like, we had some years where we had some turnovers, but they was few far in between, and mostly on like one team or two teams that season. But that's a really good question. That's a really good question. So, yeah, I'm going to get back to you on that one. That's a really, really, really good question. What starters are playing? Looking at the two losses, what about winning culture? Winning culture does not happen in the preseason. So when you're talking about winning culture, it happens in the regular season. I'll give you a perfect example. Go and look at the New England Patriots preseason records. They don't really care. They're evaluating people, so they're not that caught up in it. I think in terms of starters, you're going to get a few starters playing, but for the most part, if you have any type of injury or some sort of an injury, they're sitting you. They're not playing you. So you're not going to see Swift. You're not going to see what's the name? Goff. You may not see TJ Hawkinson. You'll see your starting offensive line, and that's probably for a quarter or a series. You may see your starting defensive line, or at least your front seven. Hell, you may see your starting defense out there. But again, that's short-lived too. So you're not going to see too many things. But winning culture, I put it this way. Lions went 4-0 in 2008 in preseason and proceeded to go 0-16 in the regular. Did they have a winning culture going into the regular season? Yep. Did it mean any damn thing? No. So I don't see it doing anything. Booty call better be a big screen in NFL pass. I know, right? Like, if she really care about you, she would let you do it while you're watching the game. Just saying. Cedric the Entertainer is what I meant. Oh. Shaking my head, spelling off today. It happens. I read it the way I saw it. What does Luke G predict? Front four or front three on defense right here, right now? Front three. I think the front three is going to be Levi, McNeil, and Brockers. That's your front three. If you did the front seven, where they did they dropped one into the extra piece, then you got to say, okay, now you're going to get Pennicini, Brockers on the inside with Pennicini, Trey Flowers on the outside, and then you'll still get like Levi, or you'll get Nick Williams on the outside in the four-man rush. That's my right here, right now, Jason Smith. If Logan can't take that right guard spot, the Lions O-line would be so young for so long. If he could. And if is a big word. Steinberg better than Big V? At this point, no. Not at this point. Not at this point. Yeah, can he run block? Yeah. It's the pass block that's the problem. So pay attention to that. So what position unit you most concerned with now? Still safety, because I feel like once one of the safeties go down, we in trouble. So it's still got to be safety. Let me see. Ben tired ain't no joke. How many sacks we get on Ben? I don't think he's gonna be in long. So none. I don't think he's gonna be in that long. They're gonna give him a few passes and he's out of there. Give it some thought, Luke. I will. Wait, how did I end up going down? Do you think the Lions should practice fake field goals since we can't kick over 40? No, because generally when you're doing that, it's catching the team by surprise. if you're doing that shit and practicing it in games where they can actually see it, is it really a surprise? Right? Like, it's not a surprise. So no, they should not be practicing fake field goals. I just don't think that that's necessary. It needs to be something that's kept a secret, because the fact that you are practicing it means that you're thinking about it. If you're thinking about it, I'm going to already prepare for coverage. So no, I think you should leave it alone. So what preseason hero would make the 53-man roster? Very good question. I think, and it sucks because I think it's going to be due to injury. I think that due to injury, that Jovan McKinley can make the 53-man roster, but that's because of injuries. I thought Chad Hansen would make it, but once he got hurt and it was going to be him out for a long time, they paid him off and told him, "Hey man, good luck." Well, just remember, Justin Fields is the second coming of Tom Brady. So, bro, I don't even want to get into it. Tell me about it. Let me see. I'm gonna go through a few more, and I'm out of here. Everything King think we should lose games but be competitive, which I understand, and get a good draft pick. You think the same, or go for a playoff win at least? Fuck no. I want to win every game. When the regular season starts, I want to win every game. Tanking don't work in football. It don't. Right? Perfect example. Look at Deshaun Watson. He had an MVP season, and that team still went 4-12. You can have the best players, and you're not going to win. It don't matter. No, you don't tank and try to lose games, but stay competitive so you can for a better draft. To take who? Because everything you're doing is a crapshoot. So you're taking who? Who am I tanking for? Why am I taking L's? No, I don't follow that logic. You would never hear me as a Lions fan rooting for my team to take an L. Hell no. For what? I'm a winner. Only people that think about losing are people who have a loser's mentality, and I want to win. I want to win every freaking game. So no, I'm not in it for tanking. I don't think that you should tank. I don't think. How do you be competitive and lose on purpose? Explain that. How? I just don't think that. I don't think that should be the mindset of the Lions of no sorts of at all. No way. Does Big Levi being immense in practice this week have any impact on Hand? Yeah, hell yeah, a whole lot. Because Hand stay hurt. Strong already outperformed him. Hector, I mean, I think we're gonna pray for him. And Brian can end up getting this job saved because Hand gets cut. So yes, I think it's a huge impact. Especially if he gets in the game and do half that. Yes, it's going to affect a lot of problems. This is why I keep the catch-up jokes coming. Must keep Luke laughing and dancing. Can't let the media get... Man, this media is so stupid. Ooh, man. This media is so stupid. They find anything they can. So, let's see. All right, people. All right, let's see. Cornell gets cut, and he's eligible for practice squad. I think, okay, I got to figure out how it works because he was hurt the first year. And so if he was hurt the first year, then he should be eligible for practice squad because they had him on IR, but he also got suspended. So I think he is still eligible for practice squad, if I'm not mistaken. If Reynolds can do it 2 more times, 1 prior 40, he makes the roster 100%, hands down. Iowa Lions says we got a draft picks already. I want to win. Right. Like, what's the point of having all these picks and then you're trying to lose to get? That's not a good draft person. Like for example, nobody is sitting there saying Cleveland Cavaliers was a great drafting team to get LeBron James. It was the only pick you can make. You was number 1. Oh, the Colts are such a smart drafting team. They took Andrew Luck first overall. You think? He's the only one? Come on, man. No, we got to be better. As my man Baby Boy say, dream bigger, man. It is what it is. Yes, somebody said tank, man. Let me. I want to win. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm not for draft picks to get who. To get who? If you're losing on purpose, how do you properly evaluate if Jared Goff is even worth you even having? And here's the other part of it: if you're losing on purpose, who wants to come play for you? Why would you win the free agent battle if you're losing on purpose? Nobody give a care about how much culture you change. You're a loser still. They have a history of losing and you want more losing. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I'm good on that. Let me get to my positive word. First of all, thank everybody who came to the chat, show some love with me, rock with me today, have some fun. I hope you enjoy the game tomorrow, which we do play them at 7:30 Eastern Standard. So make sure you check that game out. Remember, don't be looking for the wins and don't get caught up in the storylines and stuff like that. Simply look at who's shown signs of improvement, okay? But I got a positive word for you today. And this one comes from me. This one comes from me. Stop giving access to people that you had to heal from. I'm going to say that again. Stop giving access to people you had to heal from. The only reason they are allowed to hurt you is because you continue to open yourself up to their hurt. You continue to open yourself up to their pain. You continue to open yourself up to their trauma. And when you do this, you're giving them an access that they should not have. You see, some of y'all are sitting up here with friends that y'all think are friends, but they're not. And here's what I found to be so true and factual. Most loyal people don't have many friends. Most loyal people don't have many friends. And you know why? It's because they have already witnessed what a disloyal bunch of crap looks like. They don't need to experience it anymore. They've seen it all from every stage of their life, from elementary to middle school, from middle school to high school, from high school to college, from college to work, from work until retirement, from retirement into death. They have seen the disloyalty of it all. They stop giving access to people who they have to constantly find themselves healing from. Why are you doing this? You don't want to take a self-evaluation because that's too much to ask of you. You just want to keep giving access to people and then complaining about it. But I heard an old saying a long time ago from my mother. She said, when you find a sucker, they should be licked. And the only time that you're going to be a sucker is when you keep giving access to people you got to heal from. The only time you get to be the licked sucker is when you don't understand that you can still love someone. You can still care about them and do it from a distance. Stop giving them the access to you. Burn that bridge. You don't need to go back. You need to be able to communicate from a distance so they don't have access to hurt you or get in your way to bring you down. You are better than this. The idea that you think you deserve less is a ruse. It's those disloyal people who need you to be down so they can feel up. Don't give your power away like that. Don't give it away like that. Don't set yourself up like that. Find a way to cut them off. And when you do, embrace all the happiness and peace that's in your life. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you hit that like, subscribe, notification bell. Please you stay rocking with me and go tell a friend to come rock with me because I'm going to keep bringing it to you 100%. And I'm going to answer this one last question because why not? Why tank? We can't trade up if we really wanted someone. Dun, 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 dun. Right? And as always, ladies and gentlemen, don't be no chump. Please do your research. I am out. Enjoy your weekend and enjoy the Lions game. Y'all have a good one.